And so, after all the cats were shaved, by whisker fixers just off the square, and were taught that they ate mice and not black-eyed peppermint peas, at Mouse Recollection, where Koi Pond Puddles plays and their delicious little actors help Kitty remember, but a good remember, not a bad one. Well, Murfreesboro settled back down into a sleepy little town right quick.
Wait a minute. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Last time I tell Jackie Broyles I'm go off and find a Z-H himself.
Yes, but instead, after Jackie told you that the bad memories are good, you went around hopping into people's heads and changing their good memories into bad.
Oh, that's right. Nobody like that. Everybody get the side.
In Scarmax's defense, when Jackie said that, it was stupid. Is it true? It don't make no sense.
You ain't helping, Carmax.
No, I'm a Piedmax Struffamont.
What?
Thanks to another mishap in the lab, me and original Piedmont combine into this one entity that can broadcast into people's minds, hop into their memories, cook up a good red sauce, and eat mice, rats, and eggs. Which reminded me, I got tickets to Mouse Recollection, so let's hurry this up. They always got such tasty leads.
Yeah, right. Bad memories can be good. Don't make no sense, but everybody sitting there listening to this, it does. What the hell?
Also, we're in love.
What?
Like if a firestorm like a Ronnie Raymond and the professor wanted to get together, but sometimes are in the same body, but without the age thing, so it's not weird.
What the hell?
Well, with Murfreesboro back to normal, Scarmax here to protect bad memories, Piedmont to protect the good, it seems like my work is done. Hold on a minute. I still feel like I'm forgetting something.
Yeah, something missing here. After I come back to Dunlap and remembered the cats don't have beards, and then we argued for about an hour after it, if the Pink Panther is a cat or not.
He's just a big, quiet cat.
But we didn't go jumping through our memories like Quantum Leap.
No, that's time. They jump through time.
Or old Wishbone.
That's books. They jump through books.
The dog one is books.
Look, I'm pretty sure me and Jackie jumped through our own memories a little bit because I saw that he ain't never bought no new overalls in decades. In fact, the last pair he bought was a celebration pair of overalls the day Reagan was reelected.
Well, nothing you said is something to be ashamed of. Then we went into memory from 10 years ago when everybody realized Joe Biden could never be president for 100 reasons that they forgot about and are just now remembering again.
Also, I kept dragging us back to memories of me masturbating real good. You remember, Jackie?
No. Oh, yes.
Yeah, then why did you take me to Piedmax?
Some of those, I don't know if it was a good memory or a bad memory. Like, why you always cry so much?
Crying is always good.
Stop remembering these memories. Say we're forgetting things, which in this case is fine, but still, something ain't right.
Well, you've had your memories prided and rearranged and faked and happied and sadded and thoroughly black-eyed peppermint peased. Your poor brains are so tired. They'll settle down soon.
I got the question.
Me too. Yeah, if I'm being honest.
I don't even remember who you are, mister.
Oh, me? I'm no one of importance. McDonald-a-Cutty's the name. Z-H Black-Eyed. You're probably familiar with my more well-known siblings, Z and H, Z-H, Denise. Brilliant all, and their upbringing was replete with the luxuries afforded by the McDonald-a-Cutty millions. Of course, as last born, I was still at home while they were in their fancy schools and starter mansions. Gave me a great view of my parents drinking the fortune away. Soon after, they shipped me off to a spittoon maker to clean the spittoons, after customers tried them out by spitting things in them, whatever they wanted. Also, I slept in a spittoon. So yes, I guess you could say I was self-made. Oh, I would still get care packages from Mimsy and did Dad, tasteless spoiled snack packs of pudding, leaked rusted cans of black-eyed peas, peppermint sticks drunkenly left to melt in the sun. These were my feasts. I've only wanted to make people happy and to eat black-eyed peppermint peas. And I wanted a job that combined both of my passions. Z-H, the eldest, she worried about time passing her by. She created a candy corn that gave youth back to the frail and ancient. Who could have foreseen that they would fornicate and birth a race of monstrous, powerful super soldiers? The Piedmonts. She knew her only moral choice was to slaughter these Piedmonts wholesale. Z and H, scavengers, content to munch on the carrion of their sister's discoveries, moved to protect the Piedmonts, so they could sell them to the highest bidder on a frightening list of terrorist organizations, repressive regimes, warlords, wealthy criminals, and thugs, Silicon Valley startups, Betsy DeVos. I watched my brothers and sisters wipe each other out in a game of assassins and mercenaries, and I was the last McDonald-Cuddy standing. Denise went back to school, got her law degree, and moved to Rapid City. Cold winters, beautiful scenery. I had a simple operation. I bought elderly parents from the children too poor to care for them, fed them candy corn that cocooned them until they fornicated, and created an unending army of Piedmonts whose faces fell off to create even more Piedmonts, and then I tortured them to collect their incredible brain power and used that, coupled with turkey mustard tech, to enhance and flavor my super brain Z-H Black-Eyed Peppermint Peas. Of course, at first I just catalogued memories. Likes, dislikes, what makes one happy or sad or hungry. But soon I realized I could simply buy that information from Facebook. I saw quickly I needed to think further outside of the box. All I ever wanted to do was make people happy and eat black-eyed peppermint peas. So I could do that. I could turn your sad memories happy, and I could make happy memories full of black-eyed peppermint peas. And I did. And I created a dystopian future where the pea ruled all. I won. I won, did Dad. The Memory Master has won! But I grow weary. All I wanted to do was make people happy and eat black-eyed peppermint peas. You remember, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Thank you kindly for making people happy.
Yeah, and thanks for all the black-eyed peppermint peas. You're welcome. Well, I've got a pleasant walk to the bus stop just ahead of me. So long.
So long, stranger. Who was that? A kind-hearted gentleman. Well, bye. I got to go protect all of the bad memories. A good thing nobody left that can control the memories.
You can say that again. I got to go protect all of the good memories.
And me and Dunlap will stay here in the bunker of Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, where we've been parcasting for the last 6.5 years.
Yep, good old Jackie's Market, right where we've always been.
See everybody next week.
Bye-bye.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, everybody. This is Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, it's the Double D.
What?
The Dirty Dunlap.
Oh.
Dirty Dunlap. It's got to be a way to get Dick in there, though.
No,
The Triple D.
No.
Hey, folks, this is where we do important news satire.
Is that what it is? We're doing?
I usually start it off with saying something about shit or dicks.
All right. I don't change that. People want to, if you want to hear the news, you don't want to hear that.
It's true. It's very true. Nobody wants to hear, Dan Rather come on and be like, well, shit. or whatever. How does he talk?
I don't know how Dan Rather talks.
Who was it used to do that Dan Rather impression? Was that you?
It wasn't me, no. I never did no Dan Rather impression.
I can't imagine anybody doing it, yet it's...
Why would anybody want to? Even if you were successful, like if Fred Travelina was still alive, why would he do Dan Rather? That should be the last person on the list to imitate. Nobody wants to see that. I don't know how you make that funny. You don't.
Every night his manager's like, Trav, it's a great act, but you got to cut the rather hunk.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
But you don't want to, listen, the point remains you don't want to hear Dan Rather go talking about his dick or
I don't want to
anybody.
hear anybody.
Or a dick, say the word dick or whatever.
All right.
Look, we're agreeing. I'm agreeing with you, Jackie.
Well, then why the hell you got to say that mess all the time on here? It wears me out. I get tired of it. I don't like the language.
Chuck Todd. Is that what him and Cuomo are arguing about? Who says dick the most?
All right. Just enough.
Listen, we're going to change things, and we're not going to have all this smut. We're going to hit it. Things are serious. And we get on here, we play around. I have to, here's the deal I'll make you. I have to look harder for news stories that involve dicks in it.
All right.
No, in a way that you could talk about them.
No. I don't want to talk about
or shit.
You do that. Do that on your own. I ain't going to have no part in that. I'm on here to remind people about how awful our current president is. That's my main focus, what I want to do. That's what makes me, it don't make me feel any better, but, just after I scream about his awful, awful, awful human being over and over again, I feel just get it off my chest, I guess.
Well, he is a dick and he's full of shit.
All right, you use it there, but that's it. I don't want to hear it anymore.
It's important for us to start. You're right. I got off track right at the beginning. I'm sure we lost listeners who wanted to hear us yell about what a prick our president is.
Don't use other words. Just a butthole.
What a big butthole President Trump is. Yep. And folks, it's easy to get sidetracked by how stupid the president of the United States of America is.
Very, very dumb, ignorant man, for sure. Yeah.
It's easy to lose sight of what a huge narcissist he is.
All it does is turn the TV on and listen about it. This is like the worst. It's like a Twilight Zone for the worst, what do you call it, narcissist ever. And it's like his own, what was the
Truman Show?
That's it, where he didn't know he's on TV, but he was on TV. Well, he knows he's on TV, but I don't know if he knows he's in the White House half the time or where he's at. He's just crazy and full of himself. Everybody's talking about him. Don't matter if it's good or bad, as long as you're talking about him, which, let's be honest, we're doing it right now, too. So
we are all enabling the world's biggest egotist.
Yep.
And treating him to another episode that comes on every day of him on TV. So we're rewarding him.
I know it. I don't know what else to do. I can't stand it. I don't think he listens to this. I think we're all right.
No, and if he does, turn it off. You don't get to.
No, right now.
Also, let's not forget, he's stupid. He's a narcissist. Yep. Also, I think he's in the early stages of dementia.
Something's going on. He don't know. That could fall into the stupid part, which it does a little bit. But when a stupid person starts to have dementia, then you're in trouble. It's just you on that fine line. But it seems like it gets worse and worse with him. It don't make any windmills cause half the stuff that ain't even worth repeating because it's gibberish.
Oranges. It doesn't matter. That's just a stumble over a word. Except it happens all the time, and he loses the battle. Like George W. Bush could stumble over a word endearingly, charmingly on his way to. Create some wars.
Basically follow that up with, well, I know I don't say words good. He was aware of that. He knew what position he was in. But the crazy persons don't know that they're crazy necessarily, or certainly don't know if you're in dementia and realize you're having it or whatever. Here's another thing, a real important thing we have to remember about him is he is a spoiled baby, whiny, has to get what he wants. Oh, just a spoiled little baby.
A spoiled rich baby.
Rich baby.
I would have thought stupid narcissist, early stages of dementia, possible Adderall addiction. I would have thought that the disqualifying thing for him in this country was that he was a spoiled rich baby.
When did this country, I never knew anybody, either left or right, anybody that liked spoiled, rich, whiny babies. I didn't know anybody that liked it.
That's an American trait, I would think, going pretty far back. I mean, you didn't come over here to steal land from the indigenous peoples if you were a spoiled rich baby. Entitled, yes.
Well, yeah. But not, yeah, your spoiled rich baby sits over on the throne and bring me back some gold or whatever the hell, you know.
Yeah, you're not a spoiled rich baby if you're chopping down trees and committing genocide. Look, I'm not saying these people were good people.
But they weren't spoiled rich babies.
They weren't spoiled. That's all I'm saying.
That's it. They killed Native Americans and did some awful things. I know
we're not downplaying that. That's terrible. That's also really bad. We're talking about Donald J. Trump right now, who is a spoiled rich baby, and I would have thought that in the American South, people would have looked at that spoiled rich whiny ass baby and said, "There's no way I'm going to cast my vote for him," but maybe he makes them feel better about the people who killed all the Native Americans. Wow. Maybe he makes their guilt less. I feel plenty guilt. I guess that's a dividing line in America. If you look at Trump and don't see a whiny, spoiled rich baby, but you see somebody that makes you feel better about history, or as opposed to the people who look at him and see him as the worst thing that's ever, like this is what it was all leading up to.
Yeah.
I guess that's the dividing line. But despite all that he's stupid, a narcissist, dementia, spoiled rich baby, underneath that all, and this is an important thing that we don't need to lose sight of, he is a mean asshole.
Yeah. Awful human being, terrible person, doesn't give a damn about anybody but himself. I know that plays in the rest of it, but when somebody cares about themselves, some people just sit home, look in the mirror all day. You know, you drive them around or whatever, they look in the rearview mirror, looking at the hair, whatever. He does all that, but he's also just a terrible person on top of that.
You could probably tell the hair person you're describing, hey, we got kids in cages on the border, and they'd go, oh no.
Yeah.
Maybe put the mirror down for a second.
Well, just a second in a way. They'll be like, that's terrible.
Like the dumbest person in the world, you could be like, hey, you're committing a lot of civil rights violations and making America a laughingstock. And they'd go like, oh, a laughingstock is bad, right? Or however a dumb guy voice is. A narcissist would stop. A dementia, maybe snap him out of it for a second. Spoiled rich baby even might have a split second worth of empathy. But if you're just a mean asshole underneath all that, then we as a country are fucked. Because there's no, you cannot bring it back to like one small sliver of decency to like help anchor any other sliver of decency. There's just no, it's just all slick in there. There's no sliver of decency to anchor another sliver. The slivers are all just, at this point, he's what, 96 years old? They're gone. All the slivers of decency are gone.
I don't know if there ever was any.
If there was.
We got a lot of you know, I don't suggest anybody go back and look at it, but he's been around for everybody, for everywhere, for how long? There's tons of video. You get on YouTube, you look at him, he always looked like a excuse my language, but butthole to me. I ain't ever seen even more mean now, I guess, because back then he wasn't talking about.
Now people cheer him for being mean.
Yeah.
He comes out and gets to be. Oh, we forgot about the racist and then the sexual assault.
Yeah, that's awful as well. Yeah, terrible. All of it.
So just let's not lose track. We can make fun of him for being stupid or go, what an ego on that guy. But just never forget that he's also mean.
Yeah.
Because the meanness.
Yeah. Meanness seems to override. That's what gets us in trouble here. It'd be great if he was dummy and just not, you know, hurting people and getting people. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, how many of them children died in cages? There's 3 or 4 of them now. It's pitiful. There's nothing funny about that. I wish he was a dummy and just, you know, fall down, trip on things. Remember Ford?
Yeah.
Funny. Never put a child in a cage, as far as I know. I'm sure he did some terrible things, but I don't think he did anything that bad. But you can't enjoy him being stupid.
It was Vietnam.
Oh, well, yeah.
But it was wrapping up.
He's
wrapping it up.
Tail end there, yeah.
He was in government and helped all that. But, you know, a lot of people.
He pardoned Nixon.
Also pardoned Nixon.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's going to pardon Trump. If Trump, anything ever happens to him, somebody's going to pardon Trump. I don't know who it's going to be. It might be Pence. It might be President Buttigieg. I guess today is what, Sunday, April 14th. Pete Buttigieg just formally announced for president, and I guess as of right now, everybody thinks he's going to be president. So, but tomorrow, who knows? Andrew Yang's got a town hall later tonight on CNN. Yeah. So let's talk around 9 p.m. Eastern.
Right now, Buttigieg, from what I can tell, is the gay white Obama. Is that what they're saying on CNN?
I'm pretty sure CNN was saying that over
Yeah.
and over again, just almost immediately.
Yeah. Which, I'll take that over what we got.
Listen, here's how bad CNN was. Jackie and I stumbled across Pete Buttigieg announcing for president. We're like, that guy seems like Obama.
Yeah.
Had his shirt sleeves rolled up. There's a lot of... And then as soon as CNN said it, we're like, fuck you, CNN.
Hey, I didn't say that. You said it, but I agreed with you, but not with the words.
So what else is Trump up to this week? Well, let's see. He wants to round up immigrants. He either made a joke that he doubled down on, and the joke is we're going to put immigrants on buses, I guess.
How many times has that gotten him out of trouble? And I've been on his side concerning that when they say, oh, he was joking. And he's so messed up, we went down the list like, well, he might have been joking. How the hell am I going to, know the difference? Which I guess is what a lot of these people working the border said, too, was when he left the room. Is he joking? Are we supposed to do what he just said? And, asking their higher-ups, they say, well, if you do what he says, you're on your own. Joke or not.
That's kind of how I feel about everybody who voted for him.
Well, I think so, too. Is that a joke or not? I don't know, but if you're going to do that and wind up in jail.
You're on your own.
Yep.
I can't help you. Losing your Medicare. You losing your health coverage. You losing that gas is $7. Like, what? Nobody, FEMA ain't come to see you yet. You're on your own. Trump come down and threw a paper towel at you. I can't help you. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen? Anyway, so he wants to put... I don't know how this would work. I know Sarah Sanders was on the Sunday shows going... Is it against her religion to be on the Sunday shows? I mean, that's working, right? I mean...
Chick-fil-A don't... where they close up.
Chick-fil-A shuts down.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised they allow her to get on TV, because that's some old school Southern Baptist stuff where, like, you should not be working. And also lying on the day of the Lord.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't mow your yard. People drive by on the way to church, like, did you see Randy out there just mowing his yard on that Sunday? And then you got Sarah Sanders, and everybody just so proud of her on there, lying her teeth. Like, that's not even the first idea. That's like third on the list of ideas about immigrants, is putting them on a bus and sending them to San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's not even in the top two.
Which, probably the top two are even worse than that. I don't know. You can't get much. I don't know how to describe it, but gross. It's just gross. Using people like that. These are human beings. These are people.
Yeah. Well, also the idea of sending immigrants to a city like it's just immediately going to ruin the city, like they're termites and they're just going to eat all the buildings.
Awful.
Like this is going to be a big pile of sawdust and Trump laughing on Twitter. Like it got a picture of a sawdust on Twitter. Everybody laughing. Like it doesn't even make. How are they going to get them? How would they get them there?
They gonna bust him. He'll get the funds for that. Congress will approve that right off the bat real fast. That won't take long for Congress to send that straight to the Senate. Yes, he needs money for a wall, and he needs money for all these buses.
Where's he gonna get that many buses? Like how many buses would it take?
Well, he's crazy. Again, go back to the list. This is what comes out of that.
So he's telling people he pardon them, which when you wonder about the people, his buddies who are in trouble, like the Manaforts and the Flynn's, you're like, I wonder if he promised them a pardon. Yes.
Of course he did.
He's just randomly promising pardons.
He probably forgot that he did,
On the border, he's like, just tell them we're full. Is that what he said?
Yeah, tell them we're filled up, but go away, go home. We can't come in here, yeah.
And they're like, he said he's the president, so that's kind of an order, right? Is that an order?
It's against the law, but, you gonna wind up in court either which way, I guess. However whatever side you fall on that, yeah.
I'm pretty sure the people who lied for him, he promised them a pardon.
I know, yeah.
He's just walking down the street pardoning everything he sees. First of all, he never walks down the street, so I don't know why I said that.
He need to ride in a golf cart or something. Something got to drive him, yeah.
Where does he go? To a plane? To his bed? To a golf course?
That's it. Occasionally go around the world since he's been president and visit some people, but yeah, he can't wait to get back. get back to Florida.
Where he cheats at golf. He said, guy's got a book out.
Got a whole book of it. A whole book.
About just him cheating at golf.
And filled up. Every which way. I mean, if that don't sum up what kind of man he is, I don't know what else does.
It's so hard to make sense of him because, remember the beginning? Not when I was saying dick and shit, but after that, when we talked about how stupid, narcissistic, the dementia, the spoiled rich baby, mean asshole underneath all that.
Yep.
I mean, it's hard to keep track because everything he does is either dumb or all about himself and not considering any other anything else, or addle-brained, or spoiled rich baby with no, just whiny and no connection to how most people live. And then underneath that, it's mean. So he lives in a fantasy world where you can't parse anything he actually means, and he's in charge of our country. So he just walks around pardoning like golf holes or whatever they are. You ever played golf?
No.
I ain't saying you're bad if you play golf. That's what that guy wrote the golf book was. He was like, we were getting somewhere with the golf. We were making it. The prices were going down for games. More people were playing it across the nation. It wasn't supposed to be a snobby game anymore. People were coming together. They were playing not these exclusive clubs anymore, but they were playing like neighborhood. I don't really understand anything he was saying, but it sounded good. It may be bullshit. But
I know people play golf. Yeah, I don't play it. I like looking at it on TV every now and then.
Well, it's basically it's like watching grass.
Yeah,
and somebody
like
in
speed,
khakis.
Yeah. Congratulations, Tiger Woods, by the way. That's the last time I watched
Is
golf
he bad
on TV.
now? Is he?
He won. I ain't congratulations for the human being he is. I'm congratulating. The hell of a feat he pulled off.
Hey, there were two tweets. Obama sent a tweet to Tiger Woods, which was like, "Congratulations, Tiger! All the highs and lows, all the ups and downs. It just proves it's a testament to determination, excellence, and grit, or something like that." Words.
Yeah.
Words that sound like an important person said them.
Intelligent human being.
These are things that people used to get mad at him, like, oh, excellence, determination. Who says things like that? But then Trump's tweet to Tiger Woods was like, I don't know, yay, Tiger, you are a great champion with the G and the C capitalized. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but that's 85% what he tweeted. It's just, I don't need a president to say a bunch of fancy words. I'd rather that he didn't. But when you have one that's such an idiot, it kind of makes you want the fancy words guy back.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing Trump has done. I mean, it's way far down the list, but it ain't good. It doesn't make me feel good about myself.
No.
I used to love George W. Bush so much for not knowing how to talk, for walking into walls, falling out windows, whatever he did.
Choking on pretzels.
Just always choking and spitting and slipping in his own saliva.
Clearing brush. Too.
Clearing brush.
I love watch that man clear brush. Those were great days for a president, for me anyway, as I remember back. But yeah.
Would you rather watch a golf game or a clearing brush game?
If they would turn clearing brush into a sport, which they easily could, each person get, a patch they got to get through. They need to put that Summer Olympics.
Players, report to your patch. I'd watch that.
And clear. I'd look at it, yeah.
Get points if, you kill a rat, come running out of a tree or something.
Well, yeah.
I got a whole family in here. Give me that machete. Clearing brush. Can you imagine if Trump had to clear brush?
He wouldn't know the first thing how to do it.
Here's what would happen. If Trump had to clear brush, he'd yell at somebody to hire somebody to clear the brush. He'd make fun of the guy who came over to clear the brush for him, and then he'd try to cheat him out of the money.
Yep, wouldn't pay for it, yep.
That's who everybody voted for.
And the person he hired, more than likely, a good chance they could be, illegal immigrant.
Oh, that's true. Or somebody who voted for Trump.
Yep.
Or just, nice person trying to make ends meet.
Ain't no nice person gonna work for him. I don't think anybody. They ain't.
People got to take people who work for.
I know awful
Those
people.
hotels.
But why do all these positions? He fired half of the.
Oh no, those people are all awful. Yes, I thought you meant
Homeland
people
Security.
who just like
clean up for him. I'm
mowing
sure,
the yard or something.
I'm talking about I think people even mowing the yard, even though that little boy went up there and did it for free. They'd prefer to mow another yard beside that one. You ain't gonna. There's a good chance you ain't gonna get paid, and just an awful human being. But no, that he can't fill any of these positions. I don't know how many people have been fired or left or whatever, resigned, whatever you want to call it, and it has an acting. Is that the word? Like acting head.
Sure. Why you don't have to get them confirmed?
And they don't really. You don't have anybody you have to go to look. Handle this for me or look into this. No, because they're acting, they just go whatever you want. I mean, yeah, you just.
Also, they don't really have to know what they're doing because you go, well,
No.
why did he fuck that up so bad? You go, well, he's just an acting one.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
It leaves him in charge of everything is what it is. You hanging by a thread. He's wandering around like his TV show. You be gone next. You're acting right now. Let's see how well you do.
Listen, Bob Barr's up there encouraged saying, oh, don't worry about I'll let you know what's bad in the Mueller report.
Yeah.
And saying, oh, they was spying on his campaign. That concerns me. All that spying on the Trump campaign. Investigating is not spying. Like, I had cops follow me because I clearly was weaving and smoking and just plumes of smoke coming out of my car. Lots of reasons for them to follow me. I don't know. What are you doing spying on me? Like, they just, at some point, if they're not, I'm doing air quotes, spying on you, they really ain't doing their job.
Yeah. Judge signs off on that FISA warrant, all that stuff. It ain't just like go out there and find. No, now it may be with him in there, but there's procedure to how this stuff was supposed to work. And one thing was they was looking at the Russians because they knew the Russians were meddling in the damn election, doing stuff online and on computer and all that stuff. So they're sitting there with their spying on the Russia, which is what we all want them to do. That's your job. And then while they're spying on the Russians, all these people working for his campaign, Trump's campaign, are getting caught on tape and heard this. Like, there's sure is a lot of these people talking to the Russians in there. I mean, what are they supposed to do?
What are they supposed can you tell the Republican nominee to get out of the shot? We're trying to spy on these Russians.
They were all talking.
I wish Trump would stop talking so that we could hear what these Russians are saying.
Yeah.
He keeps having a conversation with them about all these crimes he wants to do.
We're trying to watch these Russians. They're getting in the way.
Fat ass up there. I can't see nothing. So Barr says spying is bad on Trump and also says that tax return, he's just giving Trump a lot of cover, but at some point he's, because of laws, is not going to be able to give Trump much cover. He's going to stretch it as far as he can. But at some point, he's not going to be able to do some wild, crazy-ass crime bullshit that Trump wants. And then it's going to be bye-bye Barr.
Yep.
And I don't know where the fuck he come from.
Watch your man.
All these years. I don't know what he was doing, but he's going to have to go back there. And he ain't super dumb, so he has to know he's got about a 3-month window in here to do a lot of harm to the country. So I guess that's what he's just hitting the ground running. I don't know if running's the right word for him, but he's just hitting the ground, sort of walking briskly.
Yeah. As it can.
As brisk as he can get.
Able to, yeah.
So, speaking of Sarah Sanders, be it, blaspheming the Lord by working and lying on Sundays, she also got up there and said that Congress is too stupid to see Trump's.
To understand his taxes, yeah. They ain't going to understand a word of that.
Why? They're just saying things now for Trump to hear and like.
Yeah. They know he's watching him. If you want the president, they even said that in one of them behind the scenes stores. Somebody leaked that out. In order to get this through the president, you have to go on Fox and Friends in the morning and say it, because otherwise he ain't going to hear it.
Like, and this was just a case of her saying something for him to be happy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that was funny when you did that.
Congress is stupid.
It's like, you ever seen like a high school play and somebody throws an in-joke into like whatever the damn, like West Side Story, and they come out and they're like,
go Mustangs or whatever. This is basically that. She gets on TV. She says what she has to say. They try to get a message of the president, but to do that, they have to sweeten it with a little bit. Congress is too stupid to understand Trump's tactics because there's nothing else she's going to get out of that except making him happy for like half a day. Same thing with Barr.
Saying spine, yeah.
And the spine, because he walked that back. Did he walk that back? It's hard to tell with him.
Walk it back. I don't think anything was
He's
done
so
wrong.
Slick. He's so slippery and slick.
Legal spine or whatever the hell. Yeah, he was very thought out. He's supposedly a smart attorney, so he knew what he was doing. That was for the president to watch and say "good boy" when he gets done. That's all that was.
They're just bringing a ball back to the president, who's too lazy to throw a ball.
Listen to it. Now, he just got, whether it's true or not, there's a lot of debate whether that's up in the air. We don't know about the Mueller report. Nobody knows what's in it except for Barr and probably everybody in the White House. Other than that, nobody knows what's in there, so we won't find out. But they were able to say that he didn't do none of this. It exonerates him. He should be still walking around on cloud. And now that was a week ago, and now we're already debating whether he needs to be impeached because he's telling officials on the border to break a damn law. They're going to open up another damn Mueller report? Who they going to send on it? Did he obstruct justice? He does every damn day, but yeah, let's start another special counsel here so Barr can bear it later. It's ridiculous.
The day after the Mueller report, he was getting rid of health care.
Yeah. Day right after.
That's the stupid part.
Here we go. Yeah, just a damn idiot. But there's going to be enough stuff on him to open up, I don't know how many damn investigations. There are already a bunch going on in New York I lost count of. Everybody said Mueller, he couldn't get him. No, Mueller passed all this stuff on to New York and whoever else needed it, D.C., some places. That's all still going on. I don't know if anything come of it. I ain't trying to get nobody's hopes up.
Well, when he gets in trouble, he can always post an inflammatory video of a young Muslim black congresswoman and get people mad about 9/11 and at her.
Pitiful.
And half the people that voted for him don't even think Muslims did 9/11. They think Bush did it, right? Isn't that half his base?
That's crazy InfoWar stuff, yeah.
But they also hate Muslims, so really it doesn't.
That's the main point.
It goes together, kind of. They can be mad at Bush and Muslims. Like, I cracked the code, but also I still hate Muslims. So that's fun when he does that, just terrorizing our elected officials.
Every time he does that, they're going to need extra tax dollars to hire them, protection. Secret Service has to follow them around. Every time Fox News does a thing on, what's her name, AOC, every time they do something on her, on Fox, next day she got to hire extra security.
Look, the world is crazy right now.
Yeah.
I ain't saying that everything is, that you can, people know what they're getting into when they run for office these days. I will say that you can be, that things are terrible, and when you're running for office, you're getting in there to try to make them better. That's people on both sides, except for the Republicans.
Yep.
So I guess it's just the one side. Listen, the president should be trying to tamp this shit. Tamp? Is that a word? Tamp?
Stamp. I don't.
Tap.
What is it?
The president should be trying to tamp this down instead of stir shit up. That's like basic president behavior. You don't say, people who didn't vote for me, you don't turn immigrants into monsters, and then you don't say, I'm going to send these monsters to the houses of the people who didn't vote for me, and then you don't say, this congresswoman he just uses her to get people mad and distracted. He doesn't do that. Have they even had like a fight? Like AOC is like raiding stuff, but she is basically just a Muslim black prop for him to get people mad at.
Now, some people are going to say she said this, she said that. She said some questionable things, I guess, on Israel every now and then. But this 9/11 thing, they just cut it out such a way out of context to make it look like she,
And if you really care about that stuff, you really should be mad at the president for diminishing all that. So you can't even talk about anything because all he's using it for is a prop. Just a prop. We're all just props in the Trump show. She's a prop that he's trying to get killed.
Yep.
We're props that he's causing to have a stroke. We're all just props in the Trump show.
Pitiful. And then, of course, sound bites come out after he says it's about her. Everybody's playing him on the phone the day of the attacks. And what is he saying? He's boasting. He's glad his building is now the tallest building. He's almost, you could take that as thanking the Muslims for doing it because
Are we sure that Trump isn't behind 9/11? I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just asking the question. We have footage of Trump bragging about how this terrorist attack helps him, seemingly unfazed by it. It's very suspicious to me. And then later, he rises to the highest heights of American government. Somebody should look into this. How do we know for sure that Trump is not behind 9/11? What's the other clip they played at the memorial where he was saying...
I was on him talking to Radio Stern Man or whatever, but he said, for the memorial, they should build a statue of his wife, Malama.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about 9... Listen. The people who get mad and frothing mad about 9/11 only use it to hate Muslims. There's plenty of people who died and people are actually upset and they look at things like this as an insult to the memory of people who died that day of all faiths, of many nationalities, New Yorkers. And look, people are just using this. It's not even, it's like to inflame racism, but it's really just to build up Trump's brand. So if you're falling for this, you're really just doing it to build up Trump's brand, to help Trump. You're really just doing it to help Trump.
You're saying if everything comes out of your mouth is offensive to somebody at some point. Everything. What do you call it? ALC's called it the old L, that bartender. How many of his people that vote for him are bartenders? He says that like that's a negative thing. What? I
like bartenders.
I do too. What the hell? The way he said it though.
My favorite. What's the damn George Jones song? The bartender. What's the bartender blues?
Bartender blues. Yep.
And close up his bar. Mail my keys to the. Well, I haven't heard it in a long time. Yep. Listen. It's because she's a woman. When it's a part of it. Anything you say, that bartender, you'd be like, what are you talking about? Randy? The same guy who was mowing his yard on the Sunday? It's hard to come up with names on the spot. Like we say, that bartender, you're like, some dumb girl bartender shouldn't be. And it's just, I don't know.
It's awful.
Stupid, mean, narcissist, dementia, spoiled, rich. It all goes together. It's hard to say. I'm exhausted.
Ain't we all?
I didn't even get to talk Julian Assange smearing the shit. It's a story about shit.
What?
I could have started with this. Julian Assange in the embassy where he lived.
That's the guy, the man that they arrested him this week, right?
Like a really gross Eloise. He just lived in the embassy and shit.
What?
And smeared it all over the walls.
What?
That's what he did. And he grew a beard, which, honestly, if you're smearing shit around, probably best to stay clean shaven, because that's just asking for trouble.
He's in the embassy, the Ecuador embassy, right? Yep. And he did that, and he been there for how long?
7 years.
He'd be out the first time and put doo-doo anywhere.
You sound just like my grandma.
Well...
now's the time that we both have to go. Our podcast come out really great, we know. Our time is at an end, so until we meet again, we'll just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. A postcard to you we will send if a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Are we done?
Then we used to have more jokes on these things, like we'd make jokes and
That's a long
be
time
funny.
ago. We ain't made a good joke, and I can't remember how long.
try to be funny on here. I can't even. I
I
don't,
used to take time, and think about, oh, that's funny, and, think of little funny things here, and you could say this about that or that about this, whatever. We don't have to do that no more.
I can't remember one where I'd be like, I hope I wasn't telling 9/11 people how to feel, and yet it's important that I insist that we hold these racists to, and I mean, things are not good.
Well, I don't know how you get something funny out of all that you just
How
said.
are we supposed to be held to a higher standard? I don't even know what in the hell's going on. I barely am smart enough to keep up with the news and the implications of what this dumbass is doing every day, and I'm not. I can't. It doesn't even make sense.
Yep.
And he's the dumbass who's doing it. He's too dumb to even know how to... Like, how does he walk through the White House? They must have security codes. Is just somebody always with him to punch in the codes to doors?
Because there's no way he couldn't get around. No.
Or am I thinking of like a supervillain lair? The White House is like old, right? So they don't have a lot of codes.
He don't walk around that much. First off, he ain't walking around that way. He's in the room with a bank of TVs. He does not leave that room. They bring food to him. He leaves there to get on a helicopter to go to a rally, but he ain't walking around in the White House, no.
So it's rallies, golf course,
Yep.
Shitter,
Mark, don't add that.
bed. He never goes to a kitchen or sits at a dining table.
No,
right?
hell
He's
no.
in a chair.
They bring a food to him. Yeah, he's sitting in front of a TV.
Oh, he has to go to that desk where he signs things, and everybody kisses his ass.
He got to get in something that turns him orange every morning, I guess, or when he goes outside. I don't know what do you call that? The spray on thing.
I'm pretty sure you can just lay in bed and people will come and spray him, and then get some kind of wedge or giant spatula kind of
all
instrument to like.
How long to get that? You got to have somebody do all that, and somebody else fixing his hair to look that way. Most, as long as you can, anyway.
That is too many hands on that body.